Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this afternoon. Celtic drew at Ibrox today, but the headlines tomorrow will be about one incident and one incident only. The fact that once again Ibrox is not a safe stadium for away management. At Ibrox today, there were no fans. Yes, at the Glasgow Derby today, there were no away fans due to safety concerns. Those safety concerns were raised once again after the game and during the game with Police Scotland when John Kennedy, the Celtic assistant manager, was pelted with coins, thrown coins in this day and age. They haven't come far, have they? Celtic reduced the allocation from 750 to 0 on safety concerns, fearing the fact that, and it was only back, when we look back to 2022, there was an incident at Ibrox, once again, the same ground, where Joe Hart, there was glass thrown onto the pitch. And you're telling me that stewards didn't see the glass coming overhead. There was glass thrown onto the pitch, which could endanger players, and it could give them they can get a serious injury if they fell on the glass. And in that same game, there was a Celtic fan that was attacked and hit with coins and split his head open. And also that same game, you think that the animals would learn, wouldn't you? And that's all they are, is animals. Yes, the fans who go to Ibrox are just complete animals. And when you see it in this day and age, today, again, John Kennedy was pelted with coins. The Celtic have spoken about it, and they intend to speak to Rangers about the unacceptable behaviour. And we look at some of the headlines today. Celtic assistant John Kennedy appeared to be hit by a coin during the game. Celtic statement said it was totally unacceptable that our staff once again have been targeted in this way. Just at a time when the media in Scotland went along with the narrative that Celtic and Rangers, the Sevco in disguise, came back with an agreement, and they made an agreement about bringing back away fans to the game. And let's face it, you needed away fans at the first half because Celtic managed to shut up the whole of Ibrox for the first 30 minutes of the game. And the boos, the cry out of the boos, and their cries were no defenders the first half. The boos, you have to remember the boos from the first half of the game today. But Celtic have in a serious concerns that has now been said over the unacceptable scenes today at Ibrox. When you look at some of the stories with the media that are covering this story, serious concerns. Celtic to go to Rangers over coin throws. What the point is it going to Rangers? Because they're not going to do nothing. They're not going to ban someone. Remember the last time this happened when one of the Celtic medical staff got hit with a coin and it split his head open. The guy got nothing. The guy got off with it. He got a little slap on the wrist and told to do community service. Did he even get a ban from Ibrox? Probably not. And if we don't come on here, Rangers fans, and glorify it and say, oh, it's absolutely fabulous this is happening. Grow up. It's 2024, you freaking animals. Anyway, Celtic will enter discussions with Rangers about the serious concerns following objects thrown in the direction of the away dugout during today's Glasgow Derby. This is coming from the main stand. The main stand is meant to be where the posher people sit at football. You know, the more respected members of the community. Fucking animals, a lot of them. Anyway, on the pitch, they invaded the pitch when they scored their goal. However, on the park, as far as Celtic were concerned, it was 2 points dropped. But when it comes to it, John Kennedy was hit with coins again. The incident is now subject of a Police Scotland investigation. 2 police officers were seen in conversation with the assistant Celtic manager after the objects were thrown. A short statement from Celtic says, hit out at the incident, stating that it's going to go to Rangers over the unacceptable matter. Celtic spokesman said it's totally unacceptable that our staff once again have been targeted this way. Yes, this isn't the first time. And they want us to go back to a reasonable amount of away fans. Well, start behaving yourselves and we might let you back into Celtic Park. Celtic should obviously and will refuse Rangers tickets for the upcoming derby in just a couple of weeks' time. Yes, we do have another Glasgow derby and there will be none of them. And there's a lot of Celtic fans saying, keep them out. Keep them out. Who cares about what it looks like for television now? Keep them out of our ground forever. We do not want those animals back inside Celtic Park. Tell me your thoughts are in the comments. Do you think that there should be fans allowed back into the derby games in Scotland, or do you think that we should just keep them out and keep the away fans away for good? Because let's face it, that lot are absolutely disgusting and despicable. And don't come on here and say, what about Hugh Dallas 20 years ago? They got hit on the coin with the head. Cracking hit that was. But, do you know, it is 2024, for goodness sake. Let's not do the whataboutery that goes on in Scottish football. Police Scotland spokesman says we are aware of an object being thrown at Ibrox Stadium during the Rangers Celtic match on the Sunday, the 7th of April 2024. One man was struck but did not require treatment. Inquiries are ongoing. It is understood that a number of reports were received by the force relating to hate crimes during this match. These will be assessed and inquiries ongoing. Hate crimes. Hate crimes during a match with no away fans. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So they're now, at least the Rangers fans, are grasping in their own. Meanwhile, the heated exchange with Todd Cantwell and Callum McGregor at the end of the game sparked an on-field rammy. And Chris Sutton turned around and said, do your talking on the pitch, TikTok Todd. Do your talking on the pitch. John Beaton was called. Well, where did John Beaton get the 8 minutes from anyway? Who cares? It's done and dusted. This will roll on for days, weeks, until the next big game, the next big derby. Yes, there is one more to come. There could even be one. And let's face it, as a Celtic fan, I don't fear them. Celtic got sloppy the second half. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the game for a bit now. Celtic got sloppy the second half. Completely dominated the first half of the game. Celtic should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first half, scoring the goal in the first 30 seconds of the game at Ibrox today. Yes, with no away fans. Celtic fans around the world were jubilant, absolutely jubilant with joy, overjoyed. Anyway, the draw, the game did end in a 3-3 draw, and there was ugly scenes at the end, reminiscence of the shame game when Neil Lennon was approached by the one and only Fat Sally and said something to Neil Lennon along the lines of fucking Fenian prick, and then Neil Lennon kicked off, and that was classed as a shame game. A shame game. Yes, they can't behave themselves. Fucking yeah. There seems one common denominator. Yes, and it's them, the Rangers, the Sevco in disguise. And on that note, try and have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Tune in for tomorrow morning, Celtic News, 9 a.m. And there will be live, as always, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock Celtic part time. There will be a live also, so make sure that you do join for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, as it is free to subscribe to the channel. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.